Hey guys, how's it going? 12 at 12 again today, and same as what I did yesterday. Today you're going to get a quick little demonstration of everything before we start each tablet drill. And I'm going to focus predominantly on the upper body today. Everything yesterday was glutes and hamstrings, lower body. Plus I went for an 8k run myself this morning, so my legs are wrecked. So all upper body for my sake basically. Start with the arms. We're going to hit biceps and forearms with our first exercise, which is going to be a reverse curl. And I'm going to hit the triceps. So really hitting the entire arm in the first tablet drill. So if you've seen my story, I put up a story about a half an hour ago here on Instagram about what you need for today. So I've my little setup made here. I have 2 shopping bags, each with the same weight in them. So there's a kg of rice, there's a litre of aloe vera juice, there's a tin of chopped tomatoes, there's a couple of ice packs that I keep in the freezer for recovery. So each bag weighs the same, and I have wrapped around the handle of my yard brush. So we're going to start with a reverse thumbless grip curl. So we'll be gripping the bar like this with our thumb up on top rather than wrapping it around. Okay? So the thumb is placed on top. I'm going to stand sitting on there slightly to show you. The upper arm is tucked in, and we're going to bend at the elbow, curling the weight back up towards ourselves. So our palms are face down. That's why it's called a reverse curl. A regular curl, your palms will be faced up. So a thumbless reverse curl is our first one. And then our second exercise, we're going to see where the legs is here above me, we're going up overhead. Our second one is for the triceps. So we keep that same grip, keep the elbows nice and high, and we're going to extend the arms and the waist straight up overhead, lapping at the elbow, keeping the core tight and the back straight. So just turn that way there slightly, so keep the elbows in nice and narrow and high. Extend up, lap them out, stretch back down behind the head. Okay, always careful not to clip the back of the head with the bar. So that's our first 2 exercises. So get your bags and your brushes ready. We set up our tablet timer. We're going to work for 4 minutes on the arms. And away we go. So guys, thumbless grip, reverse curls, elbows tucked in. My tablet there is set very quietly, you can just notice that as it started. But I'll fix that after the first 4-minute drill. So if you're watching me here side on, you'll see that from my shoulder to my elbow, I'm trying not to move, but it's from the elbow down, bending and working the biceps. So keep the same grip, have a look over your head, make sure you're not going to hit the light. Bring the weight up overhead. We're going here now in 2, 1, and off we go. So full extension up overhead, and then the stretch back down behind the head. The fact now that we're using the bar as well, the brush even, and the bags of shopping, just makes the stability and balance a little tougher, which is good. Makes it extra challenging. And there we go. And we're back on a reverse curl, so I'm going to turn to a sideways angle here, shall we? 2, 1, and off we go. So sorry there, the timer is very quiet, guys. I didn't realise that before we started this first one, but I'll fix this after 4 minutes. So getting a good squeeze in the biceps at the top, working biceps and forearms. Grip strength is really coming for this as well. And there we go. So up overhead for triceps. Went a bit early there. Going in 3, 2, and off we go. So back straight, core muscles tight, extending straight up overhead. Breathing through the reps as always, guys. Get one last one in. Good stuff. Okay, we'll turn towards you. See the thumb is on top of the bar, the hands about shoulder apart. And off we go again. Upper arm is tucked in, bending at the elbow, curling the weights up, getting a good squeeze in the biceps, and the forearms are really working too to keep that grip nice and strong. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to triceps again. So keeping the elbows in close to the head, And as best you can, kind of point it up towards the ceiling. Back is nice and straight, core muscles are tight. We're extending at the elbow joint, locking up completely at the top. And squeeze in that last extra one, good. Okay, I'll turn back side on for you guys. It's just easier for me to see the timer as well without being so quiet. Last set of reverse curls. Again guys, if your TV or something is in front of you, you can use that black screen as a mirror. Watch your technique. Keeping those upper arms tucked in. Bending at the elbow. Good squeeze at the top. Full stretch at the bottom. Good. And last set for triceps. We'll move here from under the lace. So again, bending at the elbow, you're working the back of the arm on the tricep extension, you're working the front arm on the reverse curl. So basically these are antagonist muscles that will work against each other. Last one, good stuff. Great job guys, well done. Apologies again there that the timer was very quiet, so we'll fix it there now before the next drill. There we go. So next one we're going to hit the bicep itself predominantly. So whereas the reverse curl was bicep and a lot of forearm coming into it, this one we're going to focus just on the bicep. And then instead of the tricep back here, we're going to move the focus up to the shoulder, with the shoulder press up overhead. So for the regular bicep curl this time, our thumb is wrapped around the bar fully and our palms are face up. Again, it's roughly about a shoulder width grip. So if you look at me there now, my wrists, my elbows, my shoulders in a straight line. And when I curl the weight up, my fist kind of comes up in line with my shoulder. Again, the upper arm stays tucked in, head and chest up, back nice and straight, and you're just bending at the elbow. Okay, when we finish those, we're going to switch back over to an overhand grip for the shoulder press. Bring the bar up to shoulder height, again watch the light up above you. And we're going to press straight up overhead and back down to shoulder height, keeping the core muscles tight and the back straight. Okay, so shoulder width stance, head and chest up, pressing up overhead. Okay, so get yourselves ready again guys, I'll start the timer. I'm going another 4 minutes, more on the arms but on the shoulders this time. So we're bending at the elbow, squeeze the bicep at the top, flexing it, and then right down to full lockout. Always keep that upper arm tucked in, the elbow shouldn't leave your side. Squeeze in one extra. Good. I'm going to switch the grip to overhand. Shoulder width stance, bar up to shoulder height. Pressing up overhead. Again, you can see straight away the brush angle here is wobbling a little, the bags of sharpener are wobbling. So that's bringing in a bit more core stability into this exercise, especially with the weights going up overhead. It's always also going to work the stabilizer muscles and rotator cuffs and all that in the shoulder. Help strengthen them up. So sideways onto you guys. Back nice and straight, upper arm tucked in, good squeeze in the bicep at the top. Always remember to squeeze and contract the muscle. Don't just go through the range of motion, actually kind of focus on the muscle that's working, get that mind muscle connection going, squeezing and stretching. Back to shoulder pressing. So up to shoulder height. Straight up overhead. Back straight, core muscles contracted, all the way to lockout, back down to shoulder height. Get the full range of motion. Breathe through the reps.
3, 2, 1.
Good stuff guys. I'll turn around and face you directly on. Biceps, elbows tucked in, head and chest up. And squeeze, good. So keeping the back straight, core muscles again are contracted. You're squeezing the biceps top, stretching out the bottom. Good stuff. Back on shoulders. Breathing through. Right up to lockout, back down to shoulder height. Good stuff, guys. I'm going to go back side on here now for the last one. Last set of biceps.
3, 2, 1.
Always getting that squeeze at the top. Picked up the tempo a little here now, so the bags are moving that bit more. Making it a little bit tougher. Okay, so the reason I'm side on there for the last one, guys, is for the shoulders. I'm going to show you, I've been in a solid shoulder stance, but you can also do a split stance of this. One leg in front of the other. So it kind of depends on yourself and your preference. Some people, if you have lower back issues, might find this one a little bit more comfortable. So it's kind of like you're in a boxing stance with one leg in front of the other, distributing your weight a bit better. Whereas I myself prefer this one with feet shoulder width apart. Okay, so see what works with you and stance, guys, but we're done. Another 4 minutes done, that's the biceps finished with, and shoulders warmed up. We're going to hit them again. We'll kind of the backs of the shoulders. So our next one, we're going to do 2 different rows. The first one is a bent over row that we're going to pull the weight straight up and straight down. And then the kind of shoulder trap exercise we're going to do the backs of the shoulders is going to be an upright row. So we'll be holding the barbell narrow, or the brush even, and pulling the weight up. So we have a bent over row and then we have an upright row, okay? So that's going to really work all the posterior chain, the middle back, and what's called the traps right up here into the neck, okay? So quick little demo before we start the timer. You're going to come down and grab your brush handle, pick it up off the floor, to get into position then. So I always come fully upright first, guys, and get into position from upright rather than from the ground. So from this upright position, kind of like the RDLs we did yesterday, you're going to initiate it by kicking your butt out behind you basically, and then pivoting over to hips, so we're keeping the back nice and straight. Now, depending on how big your bags are, they might already be touching the floor here, so if that's the case, just try to keep them just barely off the ground. You don't want them to rest, and you're going to pull the weight up into your midsection and squeeze your shoulder blades together. On the way down, try to avoid touching the floor and getting a little rest, okay? We're going to then, for the upright row, bring our grip just slightly narrower, so it's inside hip width, head and chest up. And we're going to roll the weight right up to the top of the chest, leading the way with the elbows, so the elbows are always above the wrist. We did this one during the week with the school bag as well. But again, the stability now of using the brush and the bags either side and everything wobbling is going to make that a little more difficult for us. And obviously, depending on what you've got in your bags, you can go quite heavy with it too. Okay, so last one, so guys, last 4 minutes. Starting with a bent over row. So it's that side on as always. Order upright, hips out, and squeeze those shoulder blades in together, drawing the weights up into the midsection, keeping the back nice and straight, and with your shoulder blades it's almost like you're trying to pinch a penny between them. Again, focusing on the mind muscle connection. Excellent stuff. So obviously guys, both these exercises, your arms are doing a lot of movement, but it's your back that you're working. So because of that, that's why the mind muscle connection is very important. Why you want to really focus on squeezing your shoulder blades. With the upright row here, we're leading away with the elbows. Elbows are always above the wrist. And we're just coming to chest height, guys. See, a lot of people do this exercise and they go way up here, which you do not need to do. Okay, just up to chest height. We're going to go back slightly wider on the grip for the bent over row. Kick the hips out behind and squeeze those shoulder blades in. Pinching a penny in between the shoulder blades every time. That's what you want to feel. You want to feel them squeezing together. Breathe through the reps, guys. Good stuff. Okay, we'll bring those hands a bit narrower again. Sometimes that's what we do with the grip, guys. Extend the thumbs, touch them together, and then you can wrap them back around. You know, you're in the same position every time. So feet are hip width apart, back is straight, core muscles are tight and contracted. We're drawing up the chest tight. Again, you can kind of squeeze the shoulder blades in a little at the top. Leading away with the elbows. So look, we have 2 of each done and with 2 of each left. So back out to a little bit of a wider grip. I'd say side on is the best view for this one, guys. Just to see the back nice and straight, see those hips and the butt kicked out behind. You're pivoting at the hips. The knees are soft. They're not fully locked, but they're not really bent either. On this one, the more you bend down into it, guys, your quads and your legs are going to be on fire. So keep the legs fairly straight. Upright rows. Elbows high. Drawing that weight up. We're inside the final 60 seconds of the day, guys. So finish it out strong, all upper body today. We hit the legs and the glutes hard yesterday. So it's time for upper body. Well done. Switch around to the other side. Show you bent over rows from this side. So kick those hips out behind. And squeeze the shoulder blades in together. Pinching a penny in between them each time. A little pause up top where you squeeze, and then down to full stretch down the bottom. And breathe through each one. Last set of upright rows, so guys. Head and chest up, back nice and straight. Elbows always remain above the wrist. That keeps the wrist in a nice strong position. If the wrist starts to lead the way and get above the elbow, it's going to put it in a really weak spot. So we're going to avoid that. Excellent stuff, guys. Well done. Very good work again today. Hope you enjoyed. So yeah, again, just things that we have around the house, guys, that we can all use. If you would prefer me to start doing some demonstrations using some equipment, if a lot of you do have equipment at home, I can show you some stuff with kettlebells, with resistance bands, with whatever. So let me know, drop me a message. Feel free, as Lisa did the other day, to give me a bit of advice or some feedback or anything like that. It is all very much appreciated. I hope you are enjoying these. I hope you're all staying safe. I hope you're all staying home. I hope you're all washing your hands. Go do it now after training. And yeah, guys, stay safe, stay home, help the HSE. Thanks a million. Take care.